8:53 here, Big 550 KTRS. And one of the great things about living in St. Louis is that we get to go, we have the ability, the opportunity to go to Ted Drewes Frozen Custard right there on South Grand or on Chippewa, and the man himself is here. Good morning, Ted Drewes.
Good morning to you, McGraw.
Before we talk frozen custard, rumor has it this year that this crop of Christmas trees was the best you had in years.
Oh, is that right?
That's the word on the street.
That's news to me.
The word on the street was that it was vintage Ted Drewes Christmas trees this year.
They were fine and they sold. That's the main thing. And I hope people were happy with them.
There is nothing better than that smell of a fresh cut Christmas tree.
That's so true.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
No question.
Yeah. And I love the wreaths. I don't know what you guys do with the wreaths or how you design them or decorate them. Those are great too.
Well, the girls... We have girls. That's one thing the guys don't touch is the wreaths, but they've been doing it for years and they know what they're doing.
Yeah. And then so you ship them down from Nova Scotia.
Oh yeah.
Set them up and then get them going and it's a beautiful thing. All right. So is the Chippewa store open? When does that open up?
Ta-da! I think today.
Today's the day.
Today?
Yeah.
Today's the day. Now
I'm
you
gonna
take
have to
off
go.
a couple weeks right after Christmas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, of course, I'm not working anymore.
Well, the store. Yeah. Travis is the one.
I'm out of it.
You're
A man of leisure.
you sit atop the Ted Drewes fortune of ice cream and just, from on high.
I like to eat it.
What is your favorite frozen custard?
Well, I can't say it's the McGraw, but
That's all right. That's enough. You first Cat Neville, and now you are dissing me. All right.
but I just like a little bit in the cone with a little caramel stuck over it, and that's fine.
Yeah. But all these years, you still haven't grown tired of a little frozen custard now and then.
No, I love it.
Yeah. There's a great story you've told. You told me before, and I want to make sure I get it correctly. Is that what's the story that your father told you about? He kept asking the customer for more and more options, and finally the customer said, "Just I want ice cream." Tell that story.
Well, I kept asking him questions.
Oh, it was you. It was you who kept asking. Yeah.
And do you want the light or the dark chocolate? Do you want the frozen custard or the Friezo, which was another product
Right.
we had? And finally, the guy said, "Listen, I've been making decisions all day, and I refuse to make another one, and you can keep your blank frozen custard."
And as a businessman, you learned what from that?
Well, don't ask too many questions. Make it simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
That's right.
Make it simple.
There is such a thing as overdoing service.
Yes.
And the people that excel don't ask too many questions.
Yeah.
In
Well,
fact, do you want number one or number two, and that's
Right.
it.
Right. Well, and give me your address and your email and your zip code and all that. It's like, I just want a stick of gum. I just want a frozen
That's
custard.
right.
Yeah.
And they want your life history before you make the purchase.
Has
Go ahead.
everything has not changed through the years, has it? That custard recipe has always been pretty much the same.
Pretty close. Cream, honey, and eggs, and that's it. And good
And that's
vanilla.
And kosher. It's now kosher.
Oh, yeah.
A couple years ago, you went kosher. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about the people behind the counter, because it looks like organized chaos out there.
Well, every person has a place. And I think that's true in the military, for instance, and it's true in any organization.
Right.
And the person that's at the window that waits on the customer is quite important. And you have to give that person some authority
Right.
to make the decisions. And unfortunately, when you go to a lot of places, I'll have to ask the manager.
Right.
And they have to know that there's certain things that they can handle themselves.
That's a great point. I wish more businesses knew that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they do make mistakes, but you can't hold it against them.
Right.
You have to just address it quietly later.
Yeah. You also seem to have the people there love working there.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, I lived a little too close to Ted Drewes about 2 years ago. And seriously, I was there a lot. They got to know my name. They knew I didn't even have to order. They knew what I wanted.
Gosh, you should be in our Hall of Fame.
But that just goes to show you that they really care, and they're really great people who are behind the counter.
All right, so Ted Drew's on Chippewa, open today. Ted, when do they close? When's the closing time?
Well, usually when it's usually the second week of January.
No. I mean each night.
Oh, well,
each night.
That varies. On during the week, it'll be earlier than on the weekend, and I'm not sure when they're closing now because I'm not there.
Well, but you only close after the game, right? I mean, you don't really have a closing time.
Well, that's just it. When the baseball season starts, it goes later.
Right, right. So if the game goes into extra innings and you're headed home, don't think, oh, Ted's is closed. They'll stay open for you.
Well, maybe.
Well, not the 19th inning.
Yeah, not till midnight.
But weddings, how many weddings parties have come by there?
I have no idea, but it is true that they're pretty generous with the wedding parties, and they usually treat
Yeah.
the people in the wedding party.
Do you have any idea how many children are in St. Louis born
All those
because of
schools.
marriages that took place
Well,
in the parking lot?
Proposals and
First
yeah.
dates and all that stuff, right? I mean, how many first dates happened at Ted Drew's?
Well, a lot because it's a cheap date.
Yes.
and you don't have to make a commitment to get an ice cream.
That's
you know.
why I love Ted Drew's, because it's cheap and you don't have to make a commitment. Quickly, before we let you go, Chippewa in South County, Ted Drew's is open now. That's the first rite of spring here in St. Louis. How well is the McGraw selling?
Well, I understand very well.
Good. That's all you need to say there. Give Dottie our best.
Yeah.
Yes.
Give the family our best.
Yes.
You're always welcome here.
Yes. Thank you.
Ted Drew's frozen custard,
We
ladies and
love
gentlemen.
you.
That means spring is sprung officially. 9 o'clock, KTRS St. Louis.